everybody. Welcome to Evercast.
Yo, yo, yo.
There's Pete, the
Hey,
Evercade.
buongiorno, everybody.
And that's Crow to the other side.
That sounds awful.
And Rich may be joining us for a brief moment from undisclosed location. Or maybe not.
Where's he at this time?
I forget. I don't know if it was like a family birthday party or something. I know it was something he couldn't get out of. I totally forget. If he pops in,
That
he
would
can
be
tell
a
us.
street jacket.
I totally forget. All right. Who do we have in the chat? We've got Ian Hobbies, we got Lloyd GRM, and we got not Double Dragon 1, not Double Dragon 2, but Double Dragon 3.
Is that the NES game or the arcade version? It looks like the NES cartridge.
Yeah, I think it is the NES, yeah. And we have Andre, got Julian D, we got Jen Joke, we got Kyle, we got Dubs64.
Dub.
Got Atari fan. We got Mike Nintendo Power. We got Jay Tezzy TV. Ooh, that was almost a tongue twister. We got Disco 74. Ballistic Coffee Boy. Nick the Toy Collector. Oh, and thank you. Yes, I finally got like 700 subs.
About time. It's like,
I know,
geez,
right?
what's taking you so long? Crap.
I don't know, man.
I don't like your subs. They give me the diarrhea.
I don't like the dubs. Yeah, people should
drives
like
me nuts is
an
when I get to,
Evercade dedicated channel. It's like, come on, people, show
know.
your love. Either that or you love Evercade and you don't like Head. Like,
Hmm.
let me know. I'd like to know. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, man. You
Is
look
it all the retro kill dash? Is it all that?
Questions,
Man,
questions,
Richard
questions.
Killer.
Answers.
I accidentally hit the wrong
Oh my
button.
god, that's great.
Is it that? Is it that? Because I can totally understand that.
Right. Well, hey, I can make everybody happy, but what drives
I
me
like your Bucky shirt. I really like your Bucky shirt.
Fuck you. I love Bucky. But what drives me nuts about subs is I was hovering like at 699, 698. Then I got like to 702. I'm like, just can I stay stable at 7?
Yeah, it will, buddy. Once you get close to 1,000, you're gonna notice that traction is just gonna pick up. It's just naturally the way YouTube works in my experience. Like I've grown 4 or 5 channels over 1,000, and I've killed a few of them. But yeah, that's my take on it. But
I'm getting close. I'm hoping maybe by the end of the year. I'm doing that, putting out some shorts, some do good.
yeah, it's weird, dude. It's like I don't know what hits anymore, what doesn't hit. Like I said, I put a Diablo video out, and like everybody was Diablo videos, and I didn't expect to get any traffic, and I got like 23,000 views out of it. And I'm like, my cousin watched it and gave me a compliment. He said, "I really enjoyed your video." I'm like, "Are you shitting me?" Like he goes, "No, actually, it was a good video." And I'm like, "Huh." And he's a hardcore gamer, but yeah, man, you'll get there. You'll get there.
Cool.
And once you get there, it just keeps going up, and you'll have a blast, and you'll make all the money, right? Like tons of money. You'll be rolling in the monies.
Rolling in the dough. Oh man. So we do have a little bit of Evercade news, not too much, but we'll get to that in a moment. So, but how was everybody's week? How's everybody doing?
Well, I mean, it's been awesome. I've been neglecting my Evercade. I got to be honest. I've been neglecting it. I haven't done my Pico video. I didn't do a Game of the Month video. Diablo and Diablo 4, Starship Troopers Extermination, and Street Fighter 6 have just monopolized all my time.
Mhm.
Taking over your life. No, I get that. When you get on like on a great game, you just want to like stick with that. And I know you're a huge Diablo fan, so that's like, yeah, you're like, that's
And Diablo, everybody, if you know me, if you've been with me for 4 or 5 years, like Diablo's like my favorite game franchise ever.
If there was a Diablo Pitfall crossover, we'd never see you again.
No, you wouldn't. Holy shit, I should make that game.
right.
Oh, Crow, let's make that game, Crow. Let's produce that game.
Okay, all right.
Let's do it. We're gonna do a Pitfall Diablo crossover, kind of like what the Amico was trying to do with Cloudy Mountain, that style. So it's still got that retro vibe,
Hey,
but
is
we'll
it,
ship it.
Right.
Who does Diablo?
Oh, Nick, I got it pre-ordered, buddy. I got it. I'm getting it, and I don't know what to do with it. So give me some ideas, Nick.
What you can do with it is you can sell it and then you can mod out your Steam Deck. No, just kidding.
No, I'm not. You stop with that. You know, dude. People love the fact that I haven't touched anything on my deck. You're the like Darth Vader of decks. You want
Yeah.
to go to the dark side.
Well, I meant actually, yeah. I meant like hardware. Actually, I know this is Evercade, but like they're coming out with mods now where you can replace like the front. You can replace the front panel, but you have to take everything apart.
Have you just met me, Ed?
Are
I
those third-party
can
mods?
barely unscrew something without it shorting out.
Are those official mods or are they third-party mods?
Oh my god! Gene joke! Yes! D1, the PS1 version on the Evercade, because
we'll get back to Evercade, yeah. Dude,
that
would
was
be
the
great.
Diablo I played. That was my original Diablo. I didn't ever play Diablo on computer. I only just recently played Diablo 2 in the last 10 years because it was never on console. But PS1 is underrated. The PS1 Diablo. I'm just saying that right there.
Dude, that would be great. I wouldn't even care if that was in the game on the
actually.
do that.
And you know what's funny about that? It's a Blizzard game, but it's published by Electronic Arts. How funny is that? Two main rivals.
So Blizzard owns Activision. That could work with Pitfall then.
Yeah, we could do it.
Yeah, it's complete in box Diablo PlayStation 1 $100.
Yeah, it's a great game.
But Blizzard is like Nintendo though, where they'll never probably do anything with like Diablo 1, but in case they may do some like remaster edition, no, they'll never have it come on Evercade.
Yeah. It's a fun game. Like, I mean, you got to go back realizing it was made 20 years ago, and it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. But it's that's how I got introduced to the Diablo franchise.
That's
I got it.
The case with every PlayStation game that was originally a PC game. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles.
Yep.
It's all good to play the demo. Yeah, see, that was my first experience playing it on the PC.
I've actually still never played Diablo.
Dude, I remember when you could do like multiplayer with randos and all that. It was pretty.
I think they pretty much created the action RPG genre because that was the first time there was such a fast-paced RPG out there that was action-based. I'm pretty sure.
What about The Legend of Zelda?
Yeah, no. That's not like no big like.
It's an
action
adventure.
It's probably
Diablo had a huge influence. I mean. Definitely. Yeah, if we could get a PlayStation version.
Somebody will correct me, but I'm pretty sure most people consider Diablo 1 the introduction of the term action RPG, probably.
I thought it was around when Legend of Zelda, because it wasn't an RPG straight up. It was action based, but still.
I don't know.
Each their own. But we have a little bit. We do have a little bit of Evercade news, and I forgot I do have
Yeah, I guess we'll talk about Evercade.
Playing with my polls here in a second. But yeah, so there was. I mean, it's going to be obvious. So it's the game of the month. Yeah, I know you guys are slacking. I haven't done a video on it yet. It's all good.
I heard there was a game in a month. I saw, big to small. When am I going to play that? Oh, maybe in a couple weeks.
It's by Retro Room, the same dude that did like Gelatinous and Quest Arrest and all that.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. It's a puzzle. It's a puzzle game. I'm still deciding if I want to play it more than like you're these three animals and like you have to like kind of go.
I'll probably stream it sometime, but I'll wait till I stream it to actually play it, and I'm thinking that won't be till like not next week, but the week after that because I've got a whole bunch of days off of work, so that'll probably work out. I really need to get working on the video for Indie Heroes too. So
yeah. The big issue with this game is it's definitely one of those games that if you were to complete it, I see little replay value because you're going to know all the puzzles. So you have to decide: do I want to play it now or do I want to wait?
So there's some talk about you got the updates bricking systems.
What?
Anybody hear about that?
No, dude, no. It's total. If you do it through the official, if you do it through the official update through Wi-Fi, 100% safe. Yeah, I've had no issues.
I guess it depends on which platform. Are we talking about the EXP, VS, both?
Well then, I will update mine right now.
Yeah,
and we'll see live on air.
I guess
certain games weren't.
I'll update the EXP because if that breaks, I won't be like okay. Well, at least
I'm updating my black EXP.
Yeah, no, I would say more is go on Discord and post that and see if other people are having those issues. But I've not seen.
Oops, that's loud.
I've not seen.
Did you put it right by your microphone?
No, it's about 2.5 feet away. Don't judge.
Yeah,
okay.
Like I said, go to Discord. Go to
I'm
Discord.
updating mine right now. Check for updates.
Yeah.
Update check failed. This is my
I'm sorry,
problem.
but I'm sorry, but the unofficial. I haven't been on it in a while, but there are a lot of there are a lot. It's the most trolly of all the groups. That's all.
Mine's updating right now.
So I don't know what the.
Oh, I don't go to Discord. Discord is like a
Oh no, dude! I love Discord. I
oh,
love
I thought
Discord.
you said you hate Discord.
No.
I-
Facebook. Facebook is.
Oh, I don't.
I'll-
I don't really spend a lot of time
I'll
there.
go to
I'm over all
Discord.
that crap.
If to see like if there's updates posted, but other than that, if I have some sort of issue or something like that, I'll search to see if anybody's mentioned it before in Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
But no, the official updates over Wi-Fi. I haven't had any. I haven't had any issues.
Yeah, I am. I'm updating mine now. I'll let you guys know in about.
Yep.
It's at
But-
70.
Yeah,
So-
I got mine going too.
I do, but speaking of updates, I do have one big issue, and it's Blaze slacking on the job. I want to call out. Notice the patch notes, dude. Dodo removed. I mean, I guess they haven't updated it. They haven't updated it yet. Like, I don't know. That just like really like irritates me because I want to know were there any other fixes. Maybe it's like the geek tech in me, but I'm like, come on, guys.
What annoyed you?
They didn't
Well,
put out the
it's-
release notes for the latest firmware.
Yeah, so
Oh.
this is the last.
It's
patch,
the last one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're doing Super Megatech stuff.
Or maybe it's
Yeah,
just
just to
the
show
game
for
of the month.
For the
After
VS,
you
it's
can
not
see it
too. It's kind of like if you,
Marauder. Sorry, Ed. Julian wants to know Marauder. What game is that on what collection, Julian? Just let me know in the chat.
is that one of Marauder? Is that one of the
Amiga game? Is that
C64 one?
C60?
Oh, C64 one. You're right, Ed.
Yeah.
You are a smart person.
I do
That
that.
would be C64 too, because I
The
don't
collections that I have like newer ones that I played the least. I still know.
Yep. C64 one. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
So
I
that's
will
all.
check
It's-
for you, Julian.
Yeah.
Which wait. Which one was that now?
I've been playing. You know why I haven't played Pico yet? The new Pico one? Because I've been playing too much Toe Play.
I haven't played the last 4 collections.
You know what, dude? Stop with that, okay? Like, get
No,
in.
I'll
get an
never
assistant.
stop.
Bad Evercade.
I'll never stop.
Dude, get an assistant. Come
I
on.
know.
Come on,
What's the
Crow.
assistant gonna do?
People want your videos, dude.
I know,
I
right?
know, I'm working on it.
Yeah, you're not doing crap.
Oh, I done Marauder.
Hey, I was literally working on assets right before this podcast.
My
started.
New Year's resolution is to call out everything when I see it. No more. I'm calling out everything. And Crow, we need your videos. Your videos are the best. I think your videos are the best on Evercade, to be honest.
Yeah, I
with you.
think so too. And
Okay, now
take time.
now
You
you're
need
a little
time to
high and
cook.
mighty. Now you get a little bit too much. Now you know what? I'm gonna create a troll channel just to comment on your million edits per video.
I was just
You
agreeing
didn't
with
do
you.
that.
Yeah, you're not good at the game. You're just good at editing.
I am good at
Oh my
editing.
God.
I agree with you there too.
You know what? That's not fun anymore. Ketchup should be on hot dogs. Done.
There you go. But yeah, if you're gonna go through and put out the release, spend a few minutes and put out the notes, like see like how basic this is. Just do that. Just say,
Yeah, that's a
remove
fail. That's a fail, Ed. I agree. Big fail. Big fat fail.
Yeah. But so as far as like for updates, what else?
Gene Joe Modest Crow.
Yeah.
I love it, dude.
Kind of
Or
some
10.
minor stuff if you're looking for bundles or to start. They did have an EXP version of this. They're trying to clear out stock.
I
If
like
wanna-
that.
if
You
wanna
know,
get the
why not?
IP, Yeah. $226. I mean, not bad for 7 cards.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
No,
what
10.
kind of-
Yeah, you get 10.
Who is this? Who's gonna jump on it though? Is there somebody out there who's like, oh, I don't have any of this stuff. I'm gonna buy this collection.
Didn't they put this on sale last year? The same bundle?
It seems to always go on. Yeah. Yeah.
And
I mean,
it's
there's
the
always
old-
someone, right?
It's the old
Yeah.
Evercade. Would you recommend anybody get the older? handle?
No. But the problem, if we go back and look here, is that the newer. Stupid site. No, what I would recommend is this one, but it was sold out. This is the one that This is the one that you want.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty good.
I saw that one. I was like, okay, but I was like, I kind of just
Yeah.
passed right by it because like I already had all that stuff. So
Exactly. Yeah, that's the one that I'd recommend to people, and that's probably why it's sold out. Like anybody get into gaming, I would recommend this, just because I'd recommend a handheld over the VS, but that's
I
another
recommend
thing.
VS over handheld, so cancel each other
That's
out.
an argument nobody will win.
Yeah, it's really your preference, right?
Yeah,
Now,
it is.
now if you're now so looking around, if you're wanting to, let's say, get some of those like discontinued carts, if we look at video games plus,
Yep.
they have like they've
$29
got 10,
for Namco.
which the great thing is that's only
No
like only like
bricking.
$22 USD.
Working fine.
So it's only, and I'll show you like Songbird has some of them, like this is Oliver Twins, Namco 1 or 2, no Pico, and like nobody has Technos. But if we look at see their prices are fairly see here like they're $29, so like they're a little bit more expensive here. But
Where's that?
Songbird, but they've got them.
Why? Sunbird's American, right?
Yeah, $29. But see, the Pico 1 is priced about the same if you were to get it from Canada, from the US.
Yeah, so like they that's expensive, $29 US. So they're
Yeah.
making some healthy profit on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Video Games Plus, they're like 25 each.
$24.99, yeah.
Yeah, but then it's real. It's like any what do you like?
Yeah.
If you do the calculator. So yeah, in the news, I mean that's kind of what's all going on. But I mean it's good to know. And we've talked about this before that you can still get those carts, right? It's not like once they stop printing them, they're all of a sudden like vaporized from existence. You can still
Yeah, I think we're 10 years away from that happening. I think there'll always be a steady supply available because I think they produced them in sizable numbers, right? So there's probably on the
Aside
resale
from-
market and stuff.
Aside
Thanks,
from a
Herb Morris.
collection or
What's
two, right?
funny is like anywhere like in the like southern area, you wear like a Bucky shirt and he's like instant celebrity. It's funny.
Yeah, my update worked fine.
Funny, man. Although I will say for Bucky's, it's depending on what time of year you go, it's not as fun as it used to be if you've been to a bunch of them, just because there's so many people and they're all walking around like clueless. It's like, oh my god, I just
need
want
to
to get
find-
gas, coffee, bathroom.
You're talking about Bucky, and now you got me wondering, maybe I should find a Bucky Badger shirt to counter your Bucky.
Yeah, maybe. I should-
Marauder's working fine, Julian. So if Julian's still there, or put it in chat that Marauder is fine.
Cool.
Now I'm stuck playing Marauder. Love this game.
Yeah, dude, I've been to that. I've been to that one. Yeah. But I think with the whole VS handheld debate, I think the one thing we can agree on is that I wouldn't recommend the OG handheld for anybody that's just getting into Evercade, right? Like get a
Unless you
VS.
don't have very much money. Good for.
I found a Bucky Badger Hawaiian shirt. I might have to get that.
I mean, the OG Evercade. If you you don't want to spend a whole lot on something, you want to give it a try, or you just want to give it as a gift to a young kid. I mean, I could see no problem with the original one.
Yeah,
Yes.
a gift to a young kid is the
Yes,
only thing
yeah.
I would recommend, is because we don't even know if how far in the future that's gonna be able to play collections. Because it seems
Exactly,
like
yeah.
they might be going to a place to where games won't work on it in the future.
Huh, really?
Well, all the
Anyone tried latest Always
the
Awakening?
original ones will,
The
right?
Cathedral no longer works in his EXP. Huh.
Really, I could try it. I never actually put that cartridge in my EXP.
Dude, so like
What? Cathedral doesn't work? I'll try it.
Ian, you'll have to tell me how you can control the mouse better, because that's my main issue with arcade pool is it needs mouse support. And then
All right.
Kingpin for me, I didn't like that it was too realistic. But
All right, I'm gonna try Cathedral now.
But last time when I forgot Project X, which is the shooters, that might be one of the best shooters like ever put out. Like that I've been on the Evercade series on the Mega Collection. Project X, oh my god, that and Quack, those are my two favorite games on
Yeah,
that
Quack is pretty fun.
on that collection. It's smooth. It's smooth thread. Yeah. So, I believe that, and then on Pico 3, Radical Bikers is one of my favorite games on that. I never thought that would be, but because once you get used to the controls, you just have to save state before every race, because I think if you lose, you have to start over from the
Yeah,
beginning.
Cathedral works for me. Whoever said Cathedral wasn't working.
Yeah. My own, okay, so something a little controversial. I think it's
working.
great if a lot of people maybe do like 40 Winks, but for me, it's one of those games. Okay, cool, it's working. For me,
I
it's one of
own
those
40 Winks on my PlayStation.
For me though, it's one of those games where just like the camera angles and controlling the camera is really bad, and trying to platform is, and that's kind of just a 3D problem in general with platformers that I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my Pico video this weekend. I think I just need time to do it and get out of Sanctuary.
I hope to make a video where we say like, finally a good PlayStation game on Evercade. I don't know.
That's Worms. Worms Armageddon.
Yeah, like I don't like Worms, but I'm pretty sure it's considered a pretty good version of Worms, right?
Well, I can't speak for like any other versions of Armageddon. All I know is it's not as good as the PC version.
Worms.
With the power slider, you could use the L1 and R2. Okay. Maybe I'll try, but it was just like you'll see in my video when I was like pressing the D-pad, like you really had to like force it, and it just like kind of like sucked all the joy.
Yeah, I don't know why some things break, but that brings. Okay, let's talk about that. Right, we're going to probably have 400 games by the end of the year, probably. That's a lot of quality testing they have to do with a new update, right? How are they doing that? Like making sure all the games work? Is it automated? They can't be, right? They're relying on us to tell them.
Well, so
that's a lot. That's a lot of work for even a big company.
It is, but see, here's the thing. I don't understand like the architecture and all that, but I swear, like using emulators and all these other platforms, I don't understand like why these issues exist, and just like how like even implementing like button remapping was a chore. Again, I don't understand the architecture behind it.
Well, here's the thing.
It seems like it's difficult to make any changes.
The problem is that if you build the code, without these features in mind to begin with, it's harder to go back and put them in, jerry-rig them in. It's just harder if it's not part of the plan to begin with.
Yeah, I'm just curious, right? That's why we get bugs, right? Like
funny. Yes. Okay, so Ian hit the nail on the head. So many bugs after up. See, and that's where I'm like, listen, all I'm going to say is there's a reason why on the official Blaze Facebook group, like every post has to be approved, unless like you're special like me. Seriously. And and that's why I moved away from the Facebook community for Evercade. It was just like, it was a lot more negative. In Discord, everybody's like happy. Actually, go to the pics and video chat. It gets like way like off and crazy topics, but which is great. Like everybody's happy, and people are constantly posting. I don't know. That's why I like Discord, the Discord Evercade community, like a billion times better.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the Evercade's fans group. Like I'm like been with them since the beginning. I like Roger, like Vaughn. Like I like that group. Like they do a lot of good things. They you can't hold them accountable for the asshats that are over there doing stuff, right?
No, I love the people. I love the people that run it, and maybe they've gotten better. But there was a time where they didn't moderate it as well. Maybe that's gotten better.
And there's something to be said, like, British culture has different expectations around that than Canadian or American culture. So, so I always think about that too. It's like what they let go and what they don't. It's like,
true.
So at the end of the day, I post my videos there that I feel that could add value that people want to see. And that's about it. Like,
that's what I do too.
Discord, I hardly go in because I find Discord very overwhelming.
It can be. There's a lot.
There's a lot going on in Discord.
Yeah. But the general chat and pics and video, those are the main two. No, but that's why, like, for Facebook, when you see that like the comments are turned off, I do it for like, I did that on purpose because I was tired of ass hats. or just at least if I get that on my YouTube channel, you can just I can control and I can hide that user and I never have to deal with them again. But I don't like to. I really don't like to do that. Facebook has always been a wretched hive. Yeah. And it's just Facebook in general. Yeah, no, and that's what to make it clear. I love with the group and the Evercade magazine, whatever, like all over what all of them are doing. I think is awesome. And
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, for sure. I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. That's funny. We never know Pete's disappearing.
He didn't have to say.
Family calling me for something, so I need to go check on it.
Oh, so actually, what's kind of funny. Like when, I think it was like his last reaction video, because it's like during the summer, and my kiddo was home, and she had like some friends, and I was like told that I was like being too loud. I was like, but I'm making my, it was like during my lunch break or whatever. I'm like sorry, I can't.
During your lunch break, you so
I can't help it, but
yeah, normally during my lunch break, I'm the only one in the house, so it don't matter. But I'm
there you go. But yeah, so in the news, so yeah, that's That's really all there was. The different collections you can still get things. Yeah, I would have liked to see the patch notes because I still kind of wonder, did they literally just add the new game of the month, or did they do anything else?
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like I don't know if they put the patch notes up right away, or if they're waiting to put up the patch notes. Maybe they didn't finish them, and they just wanted to get the game of the month out there. But if there's no patch notes, it might just be that they just swapped out the game of the month.
Yeah, but they should just do that. Yeah, Oh, so we're on Pete to come back. Yeah, let's look at the polls. And actually, I'm excited because there's 74 people responded to this one, which you guys are awesome. I really love participation in this type of things. Oh, who's that guy? And that guy. Anyways, all right. So yeah, and I just always like to kind of get a poll to see, or kind of temperature to see where people are at. And I said, what would you like to see Blaze put their focus on in 2024? Something we kind of talk about for a while. And I think what kind of sparked this was the remastering games, the Duke Nukem collection. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, what do people want? Do they want to see remastering games? 26%. Online leaderboard, 7%. So what I think is interesting is that people, and I agree with this, they'd rather see games remastered before online leaderboards, which I'm kind of in that same way. UI improvements only got 1%. I mean, yeah, it's like if I can get and play my games.
Hey, games remastered? What do you mean by that?
Like what they did with Duke Nukem, like remastering games. Not just porting a game over, but like how they're like doing widescreen, quality of life, improving the graphic, but still keeping it like a classic and remaster.
I think that was a special case. I don't know.
Well, so it's one of those. Well, I hope it's not. Like I think they're kind of testing it, and because they can already see that the Duke Nukem Atomic Edition sold out like in one day. You know what I mean? I think they're testing the waters to see.
Well, that's just the Atomic Edition, and I was gonna buy it no matter what games were included in it.
But I kind of mean like the love for Duke Nukem is there, right? Like this has gotten like fantastic reception by YouTubers.
Well, yeah, I mean, because I could see why they had to do it for a couple of reasons. One, they may not be able to do DOS games to begin with. Maybe the emulation just isn't there, or they can't figure out how to, cope with not having a keyboard or something. But there's like plenty of other DOS games. I would feel like if they were going to bring over and not actually emulate DOS, that they would have to remasters and put on so that it could run it on an Android device.
Yeah. I'm going to give them credit, though, and say, hey, that maybe that they thought, let's just go ahead and get DOSBox working, and then they realized, well, if we're going to put in all this work, and then they're like, well, you know what, on the handheld, it looks kind of crappy because, because...
Well, here's the question is, who remastered it? You think Blaze themselves remastered it?
Well, they're working with somebody, but I could kind of think of looking at like, it doesn't look as good, and on a bigger modern TVs, like this really needs a remaster. We really need a widescreen. That's like then I think they kind of.
I don't know about that, because if that was the case, we'd be getting a lot more games in widescreen.
Well, I'm going to give them credit and just say it wasn't like a necessity that they actually saw like, hey, that this would make it. I'll give Blaze credit unless they say otherwise.
They did actually have to rebuild the game, and that's why they were able to do, a different aspect ratio. So, if they were going to do that again, they would actually have to rebuild any game.
Yes.
They did.
But this got the second highest. What people really want, and so this was. I wasn't sure. I thought maybe what people really want are going after those big licenses, right? And so, I totally get that. And then there's like some other, I want to see those high quality native ports. Most kinds of Skeltrek says native indie ports, remasters by Blaze, and then all the above, love, some soft, blah, blah, blah. Like Nintendo Power. We'd like to see a trophy implementation. Okay. I was wondering if somebody was going to comment about that because I couldn't put everything. Capcom physical cartridge, Namco for VS. Oh yeah, quality. I forget we don't have that. Keyboard and mouse, maybe support for VS, PC collections. Game wise, I definitely want to see exclusives for the Evercade and lots of stuff there. Like to see a remaster. Oh yeah, Jill the Jungle, Hocus Pocus. Yeah,
Yeah, Jill of the Jungle is one I'd like to see. Commander Keen probably.
Yeah.
That Commander Keen is exactly in the same boat as those first two
Yeah.
Duke Nukem games.
Well, maybe that's next year. And then, like Jason says, I'd like to see the big guns. We've got Capcom, Konami, and Sega. And then RGB TVs is new portable hardware, Evercade Touch, dual screens, touchscreen. Yeah, basically the bootleg DS.
I'm back.
Yeah, just talking about our polls. Not the
Your
Nintendo
polls?
party.
You're talking about your poll.
Yeah, you're always talking about your polls.
Oh yeah. So basically, ask people what they want to see Evercade put their focus on, and like going after those big licenses. Was the highest.
2024?
Yep.
We're not even halfway through 2023. I want to talk about July.
But the roadmap is planned, so like they,
Yeah, that's true.
So but yeah, people going after the big licenses, 53%, remastering 26%, and then everything else, and going over other in the comments, and then what else do people say? Yeah, big guns, new portable, yeah. Yeah, RGB TV wants a super, basically like a DS bootleg version of Evercade, which like that'd be cool. Oliver says more big indie titles. Wonderful to see that they can't rely only on older games, forgotten publishers. Yeah, they want to see Konami, SNK. I would like to see teams focus on larger screen. You know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like a larger screen would be nice, but I think since I just came out with this, like we can wait on that. Yeah, PK says more indie games, Miguel achievements, and then yeah, we have our negative Nancy down there that I don't want to entertain. So all kinds of good stuff. But love the polls, love the feedback. But yeah, 74 votes. You guys are incredible. I mean, that's just excellent. I really enjoy doing those, and the fact that the community responds, and that's just awesome. Let's see what else have people been saying. But yeah, UI improvements only got 1%, and kind of like what kind of rolls into that. Like one thing I would really like them to see is to have custom. I know it would be a lot of they have 450 games, but like custom borders for the.
Yeah, they did say there was going to be more themes that they would add in the future, and have they actually added any?
Only the Atomic Edition that's coming out, and what we know.
Well, yeah, that's not out yet though, and that would only be the Atomic Edition.
But I'm like talking about like per game, right? Like you play play the arcade game, and you have like the side art and all that cool stuff too.
Oh, that yeah, and
yeah.
That would have to be a per game thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
it'd be a lot of work. It'd be a lot of work, definitely.
Yeah, it would be
definitely, but. So it's kind of understandable. I wouldn't even mind if they did it like per system. Like I wouldn't mind if there are more banners that like, hey, when you put in an arcade game or arcade cart, you can choose from like 10, 5 or 10 banners, or if it's Super Nintendo, Genesis, or console. But if you're doing an arcade
one, each arcade game should have a separate bezel because
I agree.
That would be like playing the arcade. So I could see for different like platforms having.
That's what I was saying. I would
each different collection having its own border. But
yes.
Like for an arcade collection, I think it should be per game.
Yeah, you know what, they could do that because we only have 9 collections. Yeah, they could do that, and then I'd be fine with if they put if they put 10 generic console, and then maybe going forward we get certain ones, or like the indie games, especially when there's like only 4 games in a collection. Oh my God, Douglas! I hear Canadian polls are one of a kind. Wow.
Oh.
Or the new command. Did the new Commander Keen from a few years ago come out? Was it mobile? I don't know.
That's the one.
Oh, okay. I was like, if you're talking, Crow, we can't. We can't hear you.
Oh no, I'm kind of just. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at this like, oh, I'm trying to buy a shirt.
Trying to during Evercast, Crow buys a shirt.
Because you got me thinking about Bucky Badger.
You heard right. So to bring up the unofficial roadmap again, yeah, I'm still excited. So let me ask you guys this, and actually this is not only a question for you guys, but also for our viewers. See if I'm unique. Like for me, as soon as I hear about like the next month's carts, then like I just want to play that, right? And like whatever new collection that just come out isn't as shiny like it used to be. I don't know if it's just me,
well,
but you know,
It,
I don't
I
know.
don't know if it's
I'm
just
not
it's
that way.
certainly not me because I still like again I know Pete's gonna yell at me. I still haven't played the last 4 cartridges, so I'm not really looking forward to more because I still haven't played what I got.
Yeah, I guess I'm not that way, but yeah.
it's one of those like a blessing and a curse because it's like that's why I get like super excited, but like sometimes that's why, you know, maybe I depending on the collections, I'm not into it as much because of that for that reason. That's why I say I'm the kind of guy where like if you go to the movie theater and you see previews for like that next awesome new movie coming out, like I wish I was seeing that. I don't know. It's kind of a weird. It's kind of
Yeah.
it's kind of a
Yeah,
weird thing,
well,
but
just anticipation, right? Like, I think,
yeah.
like for me, it's like August looks pretty good. Pico Arcade 1 and Sydney Hunter. September Sunsoft looks good. I'm not too happy about Amiga collection, but yeah, I'm looking forward to November, to be honest with you. But not enough that I'm not enjoying what's going on right now. Like
Yeah, that's true.
I need to play Pico Collection 3, right? Like I haven't done that yet, so there's so much I got to do within the next couple months that's going to keep me happy.
Here's the
Exactly.
yeah, definitely getting caught up. Well, stop
I
playing
mean,
Diablo
whatever
4.
comes in December, how do you top what November is? Like, how does December top? Like, that's what got me wondering about July, right? What's going to be announced in July?
Unless they do something like Sega Game Gear Master System Collections 1 and 2. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, right? Like, but
Yeah.
like, God, November is like, geez, Duke New. Is that when the console's coming out too? The retro
Yeah,
console?
Yes,
yeah,
that's
that's
coming out
what
in
it
November.
is. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking of.
It's like,
In fact,
wow,
that's-
it's like November's like, whew, I don't know how they
To be-
top that. That's
to
big.
be
For me,
honest,
Duke Nukem is bigger than Capcom Evercade EXP in a lot of ways.
Well, to be honest, I'm like I'm only thinking of the console. To be honest.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, not me.
It's not like I haven't played. Well, I haven't played the first Duke Nukem 1 and 2, but I've played 3 a lot.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Indie October. Yeah, see, this is what I'm really looking forward to. Like, what are we gonna get in October? Like, what indies are we gonna get there? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
that'll
all
be
that's all we
interesting.
know.
Have they
That's all-
announced the
but-
July Part 2 date, Showcase 2 in July yet? They announced
No,
for that?
but it better not be during the first week of July since you and me have other things going on. You know.
Yeah.
Evercade.
Well, to be honest, actually, I'm looking forward to the Sunsoft collection more than I am Duke Nukem.
I can relate to that. I'm really looking. Yeah, I'm kind of tied on these two. So here's my so not gonna lie. One of the things I like about Sydney Hunter is that nothing is native ports. So we know you can use save states. The thing for Duke, and again, maybe I'm a one-off, but just because I lost my save, that's really soured me on native ports. And I know that's like a one-off and just a one.
I said that from the moment they introduced it. I said they should have save states on all their native ports. There's no rationale why they don't. I don't understand it. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Well, there
Plain and simple. I said that with Cathedral. I said that right from the beginning.
There probably is a
learned the hard way.
technical reason. It's not to say they couldn't implement it. It's just they would have to do it differently than they've been doing.
I'll put up the Ed was wrong banner on that one.
Yeah, you were wrong. You were like fighting me on that, and I said no. It's their system. I said their ecosystem says save states, and then they put games out they don't use save states. BS. They should do it. It's stupid.
I think I might have even gone to the extent said that you were ridiculous and that it was a dumb feature. And yeah.
And I was like, I didn't want to get this way this week, but I'm telling you, like, it's silly.
Yeah, I was wrong, dude. And because the thing, like, it kind of even like it's kind of soured me to where I haven't even wanted to play the other game on that cart. And so that's, you know, they need to they just need to have I think the solution is simple. Be able to copy it internally, and that's why again I don't know like the technical parts of the Evercade ecosystem, but something simple like copying files, button remap. I don't understand why that's so difficult to implement. I
can't remember. Doesn't Cathedral autosave?
It does, but when your autosave got corrupt, when your save file itself got corrupted like mine did, there's nothing you can do. Right? Like the hell of it is, you couldn't even go.
So how is it any different than if your save state gets corrupted?
I'll tell you. For one, within Cathedral, like you have 3 slots, but you can't copy your first slot to any of the other 2 to back it up. And in normal games where you save state, so like playing something like Breath of Fire, great example. I have the initial built-in save, and I also have like 2 additional save states. So if one of those 3 are going to be good, right?
Yeah.
Like that.
And I always said too, they need to do that and back up your save states on the console as opposed
Yes,
to.
that's yeah.
And that, like, I don't understand why these aren't there as just done.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder how much space is free space is actually on the console.
But
and
there's a
I
dude. I mean, I
there's
want
a way to add more.
a save state takes up maybe a couple K, if even that. Like it.
Well, I guess it would have to depend on the system it's emulating. I would imagine too.
Yeah, I think to fill that up, I mean, just from like using RetroArch for other I mean, you'd have to have like a million like snapshots. Like, I mean, seriously, you'd really have to copy. Or put it this way, I don't care if it took up a couple megs. Like, I would mainly copy over selective games like that, right? So that's my only concern with the remaster is that just have a way to back up the saves. Shouldn't be that hard.
No excuse. No excuse in my book. None.
Yeah. And I want to keep beating that. We keep beating that drum. So that's all. Like Sydney Hunter, glad we have save states. Don't have to worry about that. Pico Arcade, that'll be really cool. That'll be like a mystery kind of thing. That'll be a lot of fun. And then Sunsoft, and then
you saying you weren't playing Alwa's Awakening because of that, but Alwa's Awakening is actually a NES game, so
it is
save states.
No, but I just mean like it's kind of more of a mental thing, like just like putting in the cart, seeing like it, you know what I mean? Like as I just kind of felt soured, like you put in the cart and you see the cathedral is there, and sometimes I do want to restart it, and I think what would get me to restart it, like if they did implement it where you could back up those saves, like I'd be totally.
I would just recommend restarting it and see if it happens again because it's
I'll do that on the handheld.
You weren't even that far in the game, to be honest.
Dude, 20 plus. I was though.
You didn't have to do that though, Crow.
You were at the second boss of the game.
No, but I got to the cool village, and yeah, it's a great game. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. So I know, like to me, it was an oversight because
I think Crow works for Evercade.
He does. He's infiltrated.
Sure.
I mean, here's the thing: when you're having games that rely on save states, you don't need to worry about that. But now that they're coming into native games and they're being more, let's say, like a Steam Deck or something, it's just something that they need to keep in mind. That's all. I would have even been happy with if I could at least have another backup save on the cart. But then I'm like, just make it so you can just copy to the console. Why not? Then they don't have to do anything. Crow's getting real.
I mean, it's not. I've had games like not necessarily Evercade, but I've had saves get corrupted, especially on like the PlayStation 1. I just would start again.
I'm gonna say knock on wood, and all like the only times I ever had that happen back like in the NES days is when you had to turn off your console and you had to like hold reset and power, like you had to kind of do that funky thing. But
they said that, and I never did that, and I never had a problem. I know why they said to do that now, but it was just a preventative measure. But I never had lost a save.
I've never flat out lost a save or had it been corrupted. I've had it where maybe like my last play session didn't count, but at least I could like pick up from some. I could at least like kind of like pick up from some point. But no, the one thing I did want to say about like Pico 3 that's like so unfair to Pico is that any Pico collection that ever comes out, maybe except Pico Arcade, it's always going to be compared against the first one. You know what I mean?
Don't understand what is so great about Pico 1.
What is so? I wish Rich was here.
Because everybody keeps talking Pico 1, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's got like 1 or 2 games on it that I like.
Because it's
all
the
subjective, man. It's all subjective.
Dragon View, Cannon, Water Margin, I have as the 3 best games. Top Racer I had as the number 4, but then beyond that, it's okay. Okay games.
I'll tell you why, because I think it might be one of the few early collections, like early on, where Pico said we're going to give you the best of everything we have, and because there's so many games.
No. You can't say that Way of the Exploding Fist, Power Punch 2, and Magic Girl and Draken were the best that they had.
I like Magic Girl.
No, I can't stand that game. It's the frame rate is way too bad.
I love how you're all arguing about subjectivity. It's like in that argument.
So that's 20. But I mean, but it's always like you're always going to compare it to that, and then Pico 2 was So that's why I say it's unfair.
It had 20 games on it, but I only liked about half of them.
Yeah, But then again, and I know like I'm not. It's kind of funny because like on the Amiga collection, like the one button, like fighting games are like really meh. But they have some other good ones to make up for it. Except except the second Alien Breed game. Oh my god! Like you don't start a game where like you can just die in one hit by like helicopter. Like that was like so frustrating. Like the start of that game.
I like
just,
it already. I haven't played it.
One and 3 is good. 2, I might have to. It's like if you can get past that beginning area and then do a save state, then like from there it's like it's playable. But one and 3 is really good. I do think what's underrated on the. We'll hear y'all's opinion. Like on the Pico 3 collection, that first person shooter that I can't remember the name of. Like that game is really good. Like I really like that.
Wait, which one?
Pico 3, the first person shooter. A Genesis game.
I haven't played it
Zero
yet.
Tolerance.
Zero Tolerance, yes. That one, yeah, I think you'll like that. That one, like Radical Bikers.
I haven't played it yet, so
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I didn't even open it yet. Bad
I
on me.
opened
Yeah,
it.
just like it.
I opened it, but that's only so I could scan the manual. In the
But
box.
yeah, next month, like the Sydney Hunter games, that I could I could see playing like really long term because there's like so much. And we get a Master System game, and we get and another Intellivision game. So that really excites me. And then Pico, of course, that's going to be like the Galco arcade collection. It's going to have a lot of cool, weird stuff. And then Sunsoft, yeah, I'll be playing a lot of Blaster Master Boy, and then this is kind of hit or miss. I think with the Amiga collection, it's like if you really like Out of This World, if you really like those 2 first games, I think you're really going to like it. If
I'm
you don't care
actually
about
looking
those.
forward to those point-and-click adventure games.
When we get mouse support,
They don't need mouse support
so that's we do
for
though.
that. I've played point-and-click adventures with a joypad on a cursor on a screen. It's fine.
When they're designed for it, right? That's kind of my whole. So the one thing I think that like Evercade does need to do, well, we would maybe like official branded, let's say like peripherals, as long as they enable USB support and they enable trackball support, that would be great. Like that, you know what I mean? Like that would be. Oh yeah, Journey. Okay, I knew there was another. Yeah, Journey of Silius. Yes.
Well, yeah, that's the reason I'm looking forward to the Sunsoft collection. I don't like.
I knew there was like another banger on there that I couldn't remember. But yeah, with the other indie collection, I hope they're just going to be like a 1 or 2 like indie heroes, like 1 or 2 indie game, and I hope in December we do get like a Sega or like an SNK Pocket something. I don't know.
Neo Geo Pocket would be okay. I'd rather have first, and Neo Geo MVS games, the arcade versions, not the home versions.
Yeah, I'm kind of what I wish they would do, and maybe because for me SNK is like very special. I wish what they would do is release it as like their first non-numbered. Make 2 collections, make them black cartridges. Maybe they could even be 1 or 2, and have a mixture of Neo Geo arcade. Have a mixture of like AES, MVS. I don't know.
Well, no, I mean, the thing is, if you're gonna have the AES and MVS version, if you have the different versions, just include them all together, because that was what the cartridge was. The cartridge was all the versions all together. It would just switch to whatever version you had it plugged into.
Yeah, well, there's like that. Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, Wonder Swan. That would be good. Cause that would be kind of like the Lynx collections, right? Like Wonder. Oh my god, I would be super hyped for that because I've never played anything Wonder Swan. Like it all.
That would be it would be unusual too, because Wonder Swan you could actually rotate and play vertically, so you could probably do that with the Evercade as well.
Yeah, and they have a
EXP
Tetris version that you can play like that. Like I would just.
I don't think they had
die if
Tetris.
did
They had Gunpei, I remember.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff. But I'm glad that I think Pete, you said earlier that like before the Volume 1 showcase that like they need to reveal everything, and they're getting there. Like I agree. Like I want to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's hard, right? Like this community is like, what are they building the anticipation up for? Like it's not like they're Xbox or Sony who wait for once a year, 2 year, twice a year to do a big reveal. Like you know, they run the risk if they don't start revealing stuff, people just forget about the system, move on, and never
True.
engage, right? Like I'm always a big believer that if they've got 12, 14 games coming or hardware, every month they should be revealing something. Keeps people talking, keeps that chance alive that some bigger media group, someone out there will grab that piece of news and spread it out wide enough to get more people in. But if you're waiting once a year or twice a year to even talk about stuff, like you could potentially lose half your potential audience. Like I don't agree with their strategy. I think their strategy is short-sighted, and I think every month they should be talking about what's coming up next month. They should make it a monthly thing.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I don't understand why they don't. Like they've said they planned out their stuff a year in advance. So like, I mean, like you know, this is not AAA. This is not like $100 million games coming out. It's like they should be making a showcase of it every month.
You know
And
what,
say,
Pete?
this month, next month you're getting some fixes, and you're getting a new cart, and then and you never know which one will get picked up by a mainstream outlet who just says a little story, and then a bunch of people out there reads it and comes into the community.
You know what? It made me realize like why can't they just talk about like the UI improvements, like the button, like why do they have to wait to roll that in the game of the month?
Yeah.
Like we should be getting, and you know what? They kind of did that. I think people forget. Remember, like when the Television 2 cart came out, they teased and like they started to do teasers or like the first arcade collection. Like they started to kind of like do that, you know, like tease a game, and then that, yeah, they need to bring that back and do that on a monthly basis. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, there's no need. Like there's no excuse why they ain't doing it unless they don't have the time or they decide that's not the way to do it. Like I don't know.
I don't know. I just would imagine that their deals aren't 100% finalized.
It could be it could be that.
But if you do a rolling month, you should always know a month out what's coming. Like
yeah, I mean it's all just speculation on our part, but I don't know. For me personally, it's not really a concern of mine. But then again, I'm not them.
No, but you do like no, but so I agree. Here's the reason why I think it's important, because I think we forget that like a lot of, like, let's say like a lot of people who are on like the YouTube community, a lot of people, you know, who are watching this now, they like the Evercade products. They're really into it. They keep up to date. But there's like, let's say like your average customer, let's say like they're not like a super fan, right? They're not like us. Like they just buy an Evercade off the shelf, and then maybe they play a few games. And to your point, Pete, if they're at the average, like they might just forget about it and never buy any of their games. You know what I mean? So like, you know, they need to kind of like what do I dare say like what Arcade 1-Up is great for doing that, to keep people.
If they're buying an Evercade, I don't think they're just buying it on a whim, because they specifically have to go looking for it to buy it. They're not just going to see it and be like, oh, I'm going to buy that.
I think it depends where you like in like the Europe and UK, you can actually like buy that stuff. I mean, even here, like I've seen it in retro shops, but yeah, you're not going to see it like at the mall or something, you know. At least in the
I've never
US.
seen it in a store. So
you know what? So here's what's interesting about that, like, and we may have talked about. I kind of thought that like now that we have everything Wi-Fi enabled, that maybe like these updates and things like Blaze was gonna like you could just like go to your console and you could kind of see like the latest news like right there. Yeah, I kind of thought that they were gonna.
Then they'd have to put they would have to implement some other feature to do that.
Yeah.
And then they would have to keep that up to date as well.
Yeah. But luckily, you know, that that we do have people in the community who are passionate. You know, we all make videos and we're talking about it now. So that's what's keeping Evercade alive. But yeah, and you would think because there's a lot of that, yeah, they would just like feed, like, you know, give teases like that, like let people, you know, like let people figure it out. It could have even been something like play the first note of like Blaster Master or something, or just like have like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
What, now we're playing Name That Tune?
Yeah, well, remember they did that with the Technos collection. They just put in the coins and they played like the first few.
They did, but that was more of a hidden thing. They didn't tell you, oh, guess what we're playing here, and then they play the sound effect, and then
no. But it was a tease. Same with like the Television 2. It was a great tease, and it had people like guessing on what's, you know, on what's coming out. Yeah, it is. I mean, it like the volume showcase was a cool overload, but yeah, I wonder, to your point, Pete, like maybe if they couldn't have like They couldn't have teased. Just showed like a command prompt that just said like "dude kicks ass." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, imagine if we just got that screenshot. You know, like earlier.
You know, I was already. They should have included the DOS prompt to begin with.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know it's gonna. I bought my first Evercade in the store, and I went especially for it. Yeah, I mean that's cool. I mean, definitely it is a niche product, but yeah, the thing that keeps it alive is the news and the hype. At least though, I'm glad. I kind of wish that they would have told us in October, but that's fine that they're splitting it. I guess you know what I mean. Evercade EXP, so dope. I love a free game every month. Yeah, you know. Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, and if we're talking of Blaze slacking on things, how come we can't play like hummings and stuff yet? And like that the other game.
That is
Exactly.
bizarre because you'd think that would be pretty easy to implement because it's already if it's the same hardware as the VS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't they just put it in there?
Seems weird.
Yep.
But my
like that.
kids would say it's sus.
I know, right? That's the yeah. And you know what? So and then okay, and only because I love you, other kid. Here's another thing too that they're slacking on. So in addition to adding those games, when are we going to get a firmware update? Like right now, it's like let's say it's like 7 of 7 games unlocked. Well, I want a firmware update that says you have 7 of 10 games unlocked. You know what I mean? Like when are we gonna get that? Like more secret games to unlock. You know what I mean?
Well, those were the games that we were just talking about.
Maybe we'll find out when Super Megatech comes out.
No, but I'm talking about like the hidden games we don't know about yet.
Time to Global Hyper Meganet.
I love that. You know, like the hidden games we don't know about, like more hidden game. Like that's kind of slowed down for a while. You know what I mean? Like I'm not talking about putting in like jewel card. I'm talking about putting in like a secret code and. Oh, I guess Snake Eater wants a code. Do you still order from Amazon?
No, I the last collection. Well, see the past 2 collections. Yeah, I ordered from Amazon, but they were kind of really goofy on the shipping date. So I also ordered it from Video Games Plus. I got the orders from Video Game Plus before I got them from Amazon. So I just canceled the Amazon orders as I got them. The next bundle that's coming out that we just pre-ordered, I only ordered it from Video Games Plus. I didn't even go to Amazon.
That's what I've been telling you. You can get the pegless versions from from there.
But I wasn't having a problem with Amazon until recently.
Yeah.
Not.
Welcome to the dark side. Yeah. So what's you know what? I didn't even like bother to try like Pico 1 and 2 because like none of the Picos with themselves have done unlocks. We've gotten like from Galeco and I think Pico 2. So maybe Pico Arcade and one of the Pico collections. But yeah, there hasn't been anything. There hasn't been anything new. I really want the black Evercade. Yeah, no, that's you can get them if you're willing to pay. You can get them.
How much are people willing to pay? Maybe I'll sell mine.
Yeah. Hit up Crow.
$10,000 sold.
So here's the thing, right? About are they out there that so from what we know, like there's probably like more like secret like goofy things like hidden in the firmware, like when you get like the new cup and stuff. But we know that like as far as entering in secret code to unlock games, now they tell us. So like on the EXP, it says 5 out of 5. On the VS, I think it says like 7 out of. So we know how many.
Not so
of those
much
games.
about not so much that, but the fact that you don't have to keep entering in the codes now.
Yes,
is good.
Yes. And then, but we don't, but we don't know about like mixing any like arcade Pico 1 with something else like putting in 2 different carts. Maybe Pico. That's what I was thinking. Maybe Pico 3 in arcade. Yeah, you could buy mine for $1 million. Team 17 and yeah. See, we don't know, and that's kind of the fun mystery, but we haven't. And that's kind of, and so that kind of goes back to where I think we talked about last time that I just want to make sure that Blaze isn't doing too much where they can't keep up with all these cool little things that makes it great, right? I would love to have online features. Well, everybody sure would like to have like an EXP 2.0, the bigger screen. I don't want that until they can get all this stuff under control. Like, I don't want the rest of the rest of the Evercade ecosystem to suffer, because the great thing is when they came out with the first OG console, they just came out with great collections. You know what I mean? And that should always be their main focus. So, alrighty, things are winding down. I guess we can.
Oh,
Maybe for
we
the
still
final,
need to
kind of like
see
talk about
some
final
other.
thoughts.
We still need to see fixes on collections we've had for over a year, so they could work on that.
Or like we'll get like the Atari Arcade, getting the right game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of explained why it's not so easy to fix, but why isn't it so easy to fix? I mean, even if they can't, even if they have to get the ROM from the supplier from Atari, you would have thought that would have been done by now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still considering trying to fix it myself. see if I can do it. I could probably do it. That'll be an interesting experiment. Maybe that'll be something I try to do today.
Right. I guess every time there's more engaged. Yeah, there's the time for more bug testing. Yeah. But that's kind of what I've come to. Have them come out, have them work. Definitely, like new firmware updates shouldn't break older. And they've gotten a lot. They've gotten a lot better about. They've gotten like a lot better about that. But so it's and see here, like I know, like I think there was a point in time where I think it was in the release notes, like when they got to the V. At some point when they got to the VS before the XP, like they'd switched over to new emulators. They implemented security. I'm trying to remember when those were updates. Like I think it was with the VS, like because you couldn't play like Namco's on it and all that. I think that at that point, like I would think now that they've set the emulators, they've gone back to the older game. Like everything is on the same system, right? So going forward, it shouldn't break older stuff. Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, you never know. I mean, that's like kind of the rule of thumb of coding is even if you implement something and that works, you still have to check everything else because it may have broke something else. I've seen that happen plenty of times.
Gotcha. Yeah. Atari closing their ranks. They buy everything back. Yeah. Huh. Alrighty. Anything you all want to plug on your channels for next week?
Pico 3 is coming. One coin arcade challenge is coming. That's basically it. And a whole lot of other stuff I haven't decided yet. I've been really lazy. I've been playing too much Diablo 4 and Starship Troopers Extermination. I'm playing those two games way too much.
And Street Fighter. I don't know how often you.
Oh, Street Fighter 6, yes.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
But that's
The fact that I found that arcade in battle mode is awesome. Like I've been playing Final Fight within Street Fighter 6.
That's awesome. I
I
actually found the arcade machine in world mode and I started playing it. It's like, why am I playing this? I got things to do in world mode.
Yeah, I'm going you're beating up grannies with walkers.
Yeah, it's so funny. I love just walking up to people and sucker punching them in the back. It's so hilarious.
I played battle mode first time and I sat down you sit down at an arcade machine and you wait for another real player to walk up to challenge you on the arcade machine.
Yeah.
So I tried it and I'm like, I can get my butt handed to me. I'm not good in Street Fighter. And I beat him. I beat my first ever live.
Just
But
out of
I want to
curiosity,
spoil that video's coming out today.
are you using modern controls or using classic controls when you do that?
Modern.
Okay, I switched it to classic right from the get-go.
Yeah, I haven't played Street Fighter since 2, Hyper Street Fighter 2.
still need to beat M. Bison on that because he's like on my EXP. He's impossible.
Oh yeah, it's possible if you're good.
I know he's so tough. But what do you got going on, Crow, for next week?
Well, I don't know if it's going to be next week, but now that I'm done playing all the games in Indie Heroes 2, I have the video to work on. Some of it's already done. Like as I was finishing each game, I was recording that portion of the video, not the visuals, but the audio portion. So that part's done. Some of the assets are done. It's just a matter of intro, ending, and all the visuals. So I have no idea how long it's going to take. It might be, sometimes it takes longer than I expect. Sometimes it's quicker than I expect. So I don't know if it's going to be done within a week or not. So there's that. But also I'm streaming Sonic CD tomorrow because that won the poll. Wednesday it's probably going to be Fishtails. That poll's not over. Fishtails, Williams Fishtails. But I have a feeling that one's going to win. So that'll probably be Wednesday. And That's about it.
What version of Sonic City, or what are you like? Or what are you playing it on?
It's this whatever's on Steam. Because when I
Oh,
come up with
okay.
the poll at the end of the stream, what I'll do is I'll take recommendations from people, and if I have the game, I'll put it up on there. If not, I'll look into it. But I just pull up a website that picks random games from your collection. So I'll pick 4 of them that way, and I'll put them on the poll.
Gotcha. Just because there's like so many ways to play like all like the Sonic games. So I was like, is it either that,
Yeah,
or is it the
I was
mini,
just
or is it
sticking-
through an emulator, or is it OG
Yeah, for the
hardware?
time being,
That's
I'm
cool.
just sticking with Steam because.
That makes it easier because then you
Well,
can put them all
also
up
just
there.
because I like playing all this stuff on the PC rather than a console.
There you go. And for me, yeah, I'll have my Pico 3 for first impressions. I'll have that out next week, and then after that, I'm gonna have to kind of decide if I have a reflection video. I don't know, kind of depending on what I feel like talking about. But yeah, nothing. For me, like when you first get those cards, like opening it and playing it for the first time, that's really great. For me, that might almost be like my favorite thing to do when I pop those in my VS and then I record that raw footage for the first time and like dive into. That's what I always call like the curse of the YouTuber, right? Because like for me, like if you want to, like if you, so it depends. Like if you're doing a review, you don't have to worry about this. But I'm like a lot of us, like if you want to give your first reactions and impressions, and like I even have like, okay, let me film the unboxing. Let me put, I have to wait till I can actually record it to play it. Is what I'm trying to say.
I used to be like that. Now I'm like, I'll get to it when I get to it.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm not rushing. If you could tell, I'm not rushing to do anything.
Yeah, 4 years into this now, like, yeah, for me, it's more about, I guess what I get excited about, to be honest with you, is not a lot lately in the world of Evercade, just because outside of Duke Nukem, I think that's pretty cool. But they need to start doing stuff on the software side. They need to start fixing stuff and adding features, because it's, you know what? I mean, they're going to start losing me. I can tell you that. Like, if I don't have, like, if they don't evolve the system, just come out and say, hey, that's not your plan. This is not what you want to do with the system. Just let us know. They'll never be friends. They'll never be profiles. They'll never be that stuff. And I'd rather that than not know, because right now it's feeling like, 4 years in, and come on.
My cockers.
I guess,
Yeah, no.
I guess we can't ask Rich what he's doing.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, no, I know what you mean. Like, it would be kind of nice if they could put a roadmap and say sometime in Q5 or sometime in Q we'll have online. Like, I know what you like. Just keep it like it very loose, right? Like what's on the roadmap at some point. Like,
Well,
are they
I would
really...
also be careful of not promising something that you ultimately may not be able to deliver.
See, but I didn't. I think they might have like said when I imagining this on an Evercast that at some point they were going to do leaderboards. They haven't said they were definitely going to do or not going to do multiplayer, like, or friends list, like they said anything is possible. I thought they said at some point. I mean, I could be
I
wrong.
just think they should just make a definitive statement. It's like, that's not what we're about, and move on. But they got like stuff they need to fix, like,
Yeah,
like,
there's that too.
Yeah.
I think they need to figure out
do
if
it.
it's even possible first. They may be looking into it, but haven't determined how viable it is.
Yeah, that's all. That's all I'm asking for. Just some clarity and honesty around that stuff.
Yeah, I agree with you there. That would be
Nobody's
kind of
gonna
nice.
treat them like Sony and Microsoft. They break their word. Like, a couple of YouTubers might just,
Yeah.
flip out, but I wouldn't. I'm like, yeah, it happens. Crap happens. You thought you could do it, and then you didn't.
Yeah.
Listen,
but
with the
people
Polymega,
just jump all over him for that.
they completely changed. Like, that was going to be FPGA. Like, they completely changed it. I mean, stuff like that can happen. And people are still buying them and all.
Well, at least they didn't promise FPGA. People bought them, and then they said, "Oh, it's not FPGA."
They turned that direction, then put them on sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then that was smart. Yeah.
So the people who said you promised FPGA is like, yeah, okay, tough luck. Now we're selling it as emulation. Buy it or don't. But YouTubers held them accountable to something they changed the direction before they asked for money. Don't you want that in a company?
Yeah.
As opposed to promising the world, taking pre-orders and then canceling your not doing anything. Like, that's the worst thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know a certain company that did that.
I know a certain company that did that too, and they don't get a pass by me.
I know we're thinking of the same thing.
Oh yeah,
So-
100%.
So speaking definitive statements, they have said that that like they want Evercade to be about like the 8-bit, 16 and 32, but like they like they've said like up until PS1 is the highest. I mean that could change. I think maybe at some I think at some point, but I don't kind of everything we're talking. I don't think they're ready yet to go to go after those like higher end like systems.
I think it would only be possible if they came out with an Evercade 2.
They would have to see, and that would
change. They'll probably do that.
Yeah.
Because hardware and getting new units and new consoles out is their priority to be profitable over fixing existing state and adding existing features. That's kind of been their MO for the last 3 years, right? So I fully expect an Evercade 2 beefed up hardware eventually.
And then they'll come out with collections that won't be playable on the previous.
Yeah, and they'll deprecate what's there. That's their business model. Until they tell us something different, that's all we can go by is their actual history, what they've done.
Yeah.
And if that's what they want to do, tell us, and that's good. Then, certain people will jump on that bandwagon, other people will not.
Personally, I'd be fine with that as long as the previous collections are playable on a new hardware.
Exactly.
Yeah, backwards compatibility.
Yeah, that's a must. That has to, dude. That has to.
Which they've done. So I think that's why if they do continue to do that, I think that should be their strategy. It feels that is their strategy. So.
See, the thing is, PS2 would be so. N64 and Dreamcast would be, but here's the thing though: it's that they don't want to have a new handheld where it be like if a newer that's what they have to wait a few years. If a newer handheld is the cost of like a Steam Deck or a Switch, then they've that's a problem.
That's there's that too, but
that's also a huge. I want to say the ceiling for any Evercade console is $200. Like that's the max. Really, it needs to be around the 150 because you're comparing with all the other knockoff handhelds and the other real console. You know what I mean? Like it's a tough.
Yeah, because the Switch Lite is $200, right?
Yeah,
I don't think they should go over 150.
I don't think so. 150 American.
Yes,
the max ever for anything they ever put out.
I agree, 100%.
That's why I was quite impressed with the new 80s retro VS. I mean, that's priced pretty competitively. I like that's for me a good price with the collections you get with it and stuff.
Yeah.
For a variant, I thought that was priced pretty good.
To be honest, I think I would have paid more for it even. So, but don't tell them that.
Yeah, I know. I don't think. Yeah, I think it's sexy, and I think it was cool, and they priced they put the 2 collections in with it. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Yep.
It's just because I like the design of it. That's the only reason.
Yeah, I still think Hyper Megatech has taken away attention from them.
Compute Global Hyper Meganet.
That's my suspicion.
Yeah, but we don't know though, right? Like you said,
they don't tell you anything.
Yeah,
it's like they're the CIA or MI6 or whatever.
They should have just done it and not told anybody because that doesn't make any sense. Why they told anybody that?
Yeah, it's like, why even announce it if you ain't going to talk about it for months after? Like, it's so stupid. Like,
that is weird.
It's
weird. It doesn't
weird.
even affect the consumer what they're going to do with that. So
yeah, it's like they come out and they talk about it and then it's radio silence for a couple months. Like, they must have the most flexible vacation policy ever.
That's why
Twitter.
I was kind of confused. Why are we even talking about this? We don't know what it is.
We don't know nothing. It's like what? Like it's so alien. It's like, did you have an obligation to reveal it? Like, what are you looking for? Cash? Is it like a cash funding round? Like to announce it? Like, I don't get it. It's like who cares? It's not. I
think they were telling us that
they announced it through Evercade channels and stuff, and they kind of commingled it. Tells me to relate it, which that makes me worried.
Yeah.
Like, it should have been a big announcement. They could have said, oh, yeah, we're forming this new company that focuses solely on acquiring IPs or something. But, not everybody needed to know that.
No, they didn't even have to announce it. It just could have happened if they're not.
Who cares? Like, yeah. It's like, why announce it? Like, it just makes you... I guess people like us talk about it, but not in a positive way.
Right, right.
Well, not anymore.
So here's one. Okay,
it's a meme right now. Hyper Megatech, like come on, like it's a meme.
Compute Global Hyper Meganet.
Right.
I wish they call it that. I'd like it more if they called it that.
Yeah.
When they announced the name, that's exactly the clip that I thought of. It popped in my mind. That's why I play it soft.
So
who's the CEO of it? Max Power.
I like how. No, it's like, I'll be vice president. No, junior vice president.
So Julie, Just changing topics really quick. One thing I will say, while a lot of people, there's a lot of love for the PS2. I want to say that the Dreamcast, since it's more quirky, it fits the Evercade better. So if in a few, let's say in a few years, if they did say, hey, they're going to come out with a new handheld, and they're going to go for those type of games on the bigger screen. If they came out, imagine a newer white Evercade with a bigger screen that was like they partnered with Sega. And it had like and it looked very much like a Dreamcast and had the buttons like with the same symbols on it. Oh my god! And, like that was like 150 bundled with like Power Stone or dude, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, the Dreamcast is kind of like not a lot of people have played those games, right? It didn't sell very well, so they would hit that niche for sure.
Yeah, versus
I'm
like there's like
particularly
a bazillion
fan
PS2
of the Dreamcast
games.
controller at all. So
Yeah, Dreamcast controller's hot poop.
Would have bought it even without the bundled games. Interesting. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like a lot of people love it, and I like that. So here's what's interesting, and there's a balance because I know like Blaze doesn't want to become a limited games, but if it doesn't cost them that much to do R&D. Like if they come out with like a new reskin, but then again, you don't want to be like, oh, there's a new reskin of a VS this month. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think once a year is probably good enough for a reskin of any of their, like just one of their products. Like,
yes,
that's what it tells me. Like a Showcase 2, they'll probably have a reskin of the VS of the EXP.
You know what they could do?
Once a month, they should have a new theme being put on.
Yeah, but that that's what I mean. Like that's not a priority for them.
No. If they did a reskin of the EXP, but they made it look like the OG and they had like the same buttons and that same layout or something, I don't know. That might be a little more too difficult, but
yeah.
Like if it had like the same colors, maybe.
All right, we done?
Yeah, I think we've gone through. Yeah, I think we've gone through final thoughts. If I can.
Yep, time for me to jet.
So yeah, before I play the outro crow here, if you want to play anything out.
Do I have to?
You don't have to, but I'll give you a second because sometimes I feel bad. I'll start it. Goodbye.
The hand is named Bob. Bob the hand. He has an eating disorder. Don't know what it is. Just bad.
I love it, Bob the hand.